Specializing in furniture, interior design, and signage, the work of the such and such creative team is truly one of a kind.
Such and Such is a design and fabrication studio, and we specialize in furniture, interiors, and signage. Me and Alex met at DAP. We were actually freshman year roommates, randomly assigned. We gained a decent amount of professional experience, and we realized that we didn't really want to work for other people. We wanted to work for ourselves. And that was kind of like the ethos or the inspiration behind Such and Such.
We go really fast from idea to reality. I think that's one of our strong points. Our aesthetics, definitely modern, and it's deeply influenced by production.
The guy that's been with us the longest is Adam Brock. He has a degree in sculpture from Cincinnati Art Academy. Dan Dickersheet, who works for us, who also has a degree in sculpture from DAP. Both of those guys I just mentioned are specialize in metal work and have a background in working with metal in their own sculptural pieces. The third guy we have working for us is Nolan Schultz. He has the same training and background as me and Alex, so he has a degree in industrial design from DAP.
We're all dirtbags, man. It is what it is, I think. I mean, everybody works hard. They care about what they do a lot, and we definitely try and have fun. But as far as like the crew and stuff, you know, we'll go grab a beer at Queen City Radio.
We're in a situation where most of our employees are pretty close to our own age. We all live in the neighborhood, so we see each other, and we definitely spend time at the bars.
As a manager, I think it's important to keep things loose and keep things fun. And I think that it's really hard to produce good work in a real rigid environment. I mean, we're all kind of into the same stuff, so it's pretty easy for us to just go grab a beer and, you know, complain about politics or talk about something that's not work, or talk about something that's really close to work but maybe not quite, or what we want to do in 5 years, or, you know, what's the future like. Because it's important for us to make sure sure everybody knows that we care about them beyond just the commercial transaction of money for work. We care about what happens to them.
I think that's really cool that there's a bond outside of work, and important to having a good work environment here too, because these guys respect each other, not just on the job in general, you know. One of my favorite projects was Corporate OTR, which is a streetwear and shoe store that went in on Vine Street downtown. We worked with the owner, Matt Tomamichael, who's a great guy, and let us have a lot of creative freedom to, you know, kind of push the boundaries in the space and do something kind of weird. And that's what we love to do, is, you know, not make what you expect us to make. We worked with the owners of Fusion to develop their own custom furniture for their fast casual sushi restaurant. So we designed their own chairs, tables, menu boards, stools, various other accessories for the restaurant. And, you know, I think at this point we've done like 6 or 7 fusions, all with custom furniture that we produce.
We are doing a few different outdoor game tables for the new Ziegler Park renovation. It's through 3CDC, sponsored by Go Vibrant. They're sweet. I don't really know. They're ping pong tables.
On a project like the ping pong tables, it started with our client 3CDC reaching out to us. We go online and we pull inspiration. And that can be anything from other people's ping pong tables to a set of stairs. Like, we really try to pull, it's more about for us like color, form, emotion in that stage. And then once we have a final design locked in, we move into shop drawings, which is getting all the little details figured out for the guys in the shop, splitting up the work from the metal department to the woodworking department, and then fabrication. And that includes sending some things to our vendors, doing some things in-house.
And then usually then the fabricators sit down and they kind of think through the drawings, come back with a few more questions. That phase is super collaborative, and that's really where our fabricators are just beyond a welder or beyond a woodworker, and they kind of have to have that creative problem-solving mind state. That's definitely something, like, for me personally, experimentation, making new things, trying new things is like core. If we weren't doing that, this wouldn't be any fun at all. We are super involved in like the OTR community. Our focus is on the built environment, and I think that for us to be able to put these unique and novel things into the world and have all these different people from all walks of life rub up against them, I think is pretty powerful.
When Ziegler Park came to be, we got together with our board and decided to support the Go Vibrant Gaming Grove and have permanent structures so that people can play at any time of the year with the equipment just always there. Such and Such was brought in to create the tables, which were quite a project, and they're very, very sturdy and very bright, and we love them.
One thing that I really like about what we do is that I think we take a very, like a high design or a more artistic approach to pieces that are just in the world around you. But you know, we'd get it done, and that's kind of how we came up, and we haven't let that go because it's what I think sets us apart. We're not a metal shop, we're not a mill shop, we're such and such.